Welcome back, everybody. Still beaver trapping, still at it. So I went after I set up I set those two traps I told you in that new area that somebody called me last minute, but it's a high profile place and they don't want any videoing or whatever there. They don't want people on the property, but they do want the beavers out. So I set two traps last night just real quick. Didn't really dig down in there and go too awful far, but I set two and we went 2 for 2 this morning. So flip you around and show you these real quick. So there's a 2-year-old, just barely a 2-year-old, but he's a 2-year-old. Not a bad looking healthy beaver. And I realized while he was in the trap, hold on a second here, one-handed. While he was in the trap, another one decided to come up and give him a little love bite. So I don't know if it was this guy. It could have been. This is an adult beaver, pretty good size. Is going to get a weight on him, I don't know. I'm guessing he's in the 40 pound range probably. That's our little guy from yesterday. I haven't been able to skin him yet, and it's going to be warm today, so I got to get him done. But overnight was nice and cool, so I weren't worried about it. But anywho, I told you guys if I got anything at that spot, I wasn't allowed to video it there, that I would show you. And so here's the first two. Anyway, got another landowner I'm waiting for a phone call from, and then I have to get over where I couldn't get over yesterday to set the new property up. But stick with me, and like I said, I'll keep doing my thing and trying to get you as much as possible. So hang in there, guys. Okay guys, we're at the farm right by my house. This farmer's having issues with beaver as well as the other place that I was talking about, the no man land there. No name, whatever you want to call it, shall be nameless. So we're gonna set here. There is sign. He's right, there are here, so might as well set now and be done with it. Came to visit with him and see what was going on, so Chase Meister up there being a pain in the rear end. But you can see we're going to set a drowner, foothold in the drowner. We're going to make a caster mound set right here, drown him out there. So that's the idea of it. And then up farther we're going to set another one with a 330, as you can see, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, well, we're here, another river. So we're getting ready to start looking. We just did some scouting and we got some spots here. We're going to find some new sets, and this looks like a good spot here. We're going to set up our first one right here. So flip you around, you take a look. Hard to tell in the camera, I know, but all that mucky bottom is all nice and clean right there. You can see where the bank is somewhat slicked up through here, all fresh mud and wet. That's where they're coming up, and they're using it as either a crossover or whatever. So this is going to be our first set right here.
So with this new hut here we found, we got a beaver in it. Looks like pretty big beaver. Definitely an adult one. Looks like a 50-pound one if I had to guess, which is good for a small hut. We'll reset that one and hope for one more to come out of there.
All right guys, so Will went over and checked Freak Zone. That little tiny hut that we found that had that huge run in it that we set was the only thing that was actually, well, we had the foothold set off and drug part way down, but there was nothing in it, so whatever that was got out. But anyway, that hole for that little hut is the only thing that we caught on, and I'll flip you around and let you see what we got. There he is. That came out of that little teeny tiny hut. It just goes to show you that they're definitely using it. I knew there was bigger beaver in there. Anyway, told you there was bigger beaver in there.
Yep.
I think my scale's lying to me because that beaver right there that I caught on the river was 52 pounds. And it's saying that this beaver here is only 45 pounds. Or what was it? What did it say? 45, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there ain't no way because they're pretty, if they're not identical in size, this one's definitely bigger body-wise, but I guess the scales don't lie, supposedly, but it just doesn't make any sense that that's only 45 pounds and that one's 52. But we'll see. It's not that much of a difference, I guess, but it's enough where you would think that this one was definitely bigger. But anyway, freak zone we struck on, so that's the third beaver out of there. 2 kits, and now we got one of the adults, and I'm really hoping that we get that other adult. You guys stay tuned, and we'll keep on trucking. Go. Welcome back, guys. So Chase and my son set a bunch of traps yesterday, and we are coming down to do a quick check on the farm next to my house before we head up and check the big area that we set. Like I told you guys before, this farmer here pretty adamant that he's got 1 or 2 beaver right here causing havoc, and he wants them gone before he starts letting cattle loose in some of these other places, and they end up getting flooded in somewhere because a dam lets go or whatever. So I have no problem with that. I don't mind. It's just a matter of setting traps, but let's see if we got anything at all here. And the drowner is gone, the trap's gone. And you see my caster mound right there has been destroyed. The rod is kicked off to the side, and if you look right there, we got a floater. So he was correct, and that's one. So that's for this morning. We're 1 for 1. We'll be back. Pull him up out of here, let you get a look at. Well, guys, beaver trapping, sometimes on certain places when you can't flag where your sets are, you don't want to highlight it because you got, unfortunately, there's poachers around and all kinds of whatever you want to call it. We had a miscommunication this morning here and couldn't remember exactly where I'd set this trap. I knew it was right here somewhere, and I panicked because I thought maybe somehow I had broke cable and took the whole shebang with it somewhere downstream, and I was gonna have to go searching. But anyway, after a brief panic, we found where we were, and I don't know if you guys can see him right there. Got another one right there, shebang. So we'll get both of these pulled out and you take a look at them. Always a pleasant surprise when you thought you had 2 2-year-olds, and then when you pull the next one up, it's actually a big adult female. So nice surprise there. I like that. Okay, so we got 2. We got a 2-year-old and an adult female down at the farm. Come up to this, my first set right here, and you can see right there in the water on the river set for that other guy. We got another one here. Can't quite tell yet. And yeah, small 2-year-old. So we're gonna get him out of the trap and move along. We got a few to check, so stick with us. All right, well, we went from having a pretty good day to, well, now what the heck's going on? So we got that one small one I showed you on the river up here. On the first trap we checked, so we were 3 for 3 at that point. We just came down through and checked all the lines that I have on this old trolley line part of the river. I know there's more beaver in here because I've seen them. There's a good sized one in here. We got up here to the very last trap, and it was sprung, set off, laying there, and nothing in it. So unfortunately now I had a beaver that the trap snapped in his face, and he's now 330 trap shy. So I'm gonna have to try to set up another foothold somewhere here and hope that I can outsmart him that way like I did on the other river. And if not, then I'm gonna have to try to come up with some kind of game plan, because we can't use snares here in Vermont, even in the water. So there's no, the channels are too deep and wide here to try to set and fenced down for him. So I'm gonna have to do some more scouting, and I got a couple more traps I got to set. But yeah, we got one outsmarted us today. So anyway, it happens. Hang around, guys. We're doing our best. So far today, we got 3. We got a young 2-year-old, a decent 2-year-old, and a big adult female. So I guess it's not too bad of a day, but hang in there. So far today, that's our take for the day. We got a fairly good sized 2-year-old, a younger 2-year-old, and a big old female. We're gonna get a weight on that female at some point here, but we got to check Freak Zone out one more time and see if hopefully we got a big one there and we can pull. If not, we'll see. And then we got some more work to do. So you guys stick with us, and we'll get back at you. All right, so the big one from today, hovering around 45, 46 pounds. Again, it's kind of surprising. I would have thought it would have been close to 50, but then we got the 2-year-olds, and yeah. So anyway, we're gonna let these guys hang. Unfortunately, there's no snow to rub them in, so I gotta try to rub them down and get them dry, but we'll be back. Okay, fellas, we're here, guys and gals, Freak Zone again. Hopefully this will be our last check here, but you don't know, never know. That one there that we found, that hut underneath the fallen down tree, is still set. Will is out there by the hut. It's real super thin ice, so we're only gonna have one person out there at the moment. Checking the one baited set that was out there and the channel set that's behind it over there that we caught the 2 younger ones in. And when he comes back from that, we're going to check where we caught that big one yesterday in that small hut I told you guys about. And then we got to go check the old dam where the old hut is for the foothold and the channel, and then see where we are there and where we stand, and then we'll decide if we're just going to pull or keep at it here. But this is a little bit of a travel for us, so we're trying to get out of here. Anyway, you guys stay tuned and we'll get right back with you. Well, here's that little tiny hut with that super deep, super big run that we caught that big beaver in yesterday. Good thing we came back today and checked. We got a Jamungo rat in the trap, so get him out of there. But muskrat going in there. Not quite sure what that's telling me yet. I don't know if we got the beaver out of here, all of them or not, but you guys stay tuned. We'll see what we can come up with. But we got a Jamungo rat, so that's good.
Okay, it's going.
All right, guys. I'll make sure it's the other way. So we got the landscape. Hold on. Hold on. Man down. So we had this foothold set, and on this crossover, that old hut right there, we knew something was coming over here. We had fresh chewed sticks, and they had been billowing up on the ice. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I don't have a mic, but this was set off yesterday when Willie checked it. It was drugged part way down. We thought maybe it was an otter or something, but we're here checking today, possibly pulling, and now we know we're pulling because we got the other bigger beaver out of here. We got a muskrat over there I just showed you in that small hut that had the big run on it, jumbo rat. So we're gonna pull this guy up and take a look at him, and we'll be going over and checking that channel set here pretty quick. Not sure what you got on here for weight, but
25 pounds.
yeah. May have to have the gloves for this one, but get him up here somehow. He's tangled up like.
Want to try and pull it this way?
Yeah, he's all tangled up. So this ice is real sketchy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna have to have gloves. So we're gonna jump off camera real quick, get him up out of here, and then we'll show him to you. How about that? All right, there he is. That's what we were looking for. So we are officially done at the Freak Zone until we come in and start breaking a dam down, possibly, depending on what the landowner wants, but or he can do it himself, whatever. But we are officially done at Freak Zone. That makes 2 big beaver, 2 kits, and 1 jumbo rat out of here. I'm kind of hoping to get an otter, but it is what it is. So, all right. Okay, guys. Well, that's the end of today. Freak zone is done. We pulled all of our sets there, and we had one snap trap, which is irritating to me. Now I got a Trap Smart Beaver, but we switched out a couple of the 330 sets to foothold drowners, so put some fresh, different kind of lure out there, different smell. Hopefully we can outsmart him enough to get him curious to come in there and take a look and step in one of those. But anyway, it was not a bad day at all. 4 beaver, 1 jumbo rat. So I'm not going to complain. Could do better, could do a lot worse. Could just have a bunch of snapped empty traps. But so yeah, pretty good day. We appreciate you guys hanging around and sticking in with us, and we'll get back to you again soon. But I think that's going to be a wrap for this episode. That's like I said, that's the end of the Freak Zone, so we're all done there. On to new things. And thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and whatever you can do to help us out. We really appreciate the support, and we look forward to helping all of you that we can. And yeah, thanks a lot, guys.